Hey, welcome back, guys. So, remember the previous issue we had was the UVs after importing it back into Maya. So, let's get that fixed. So, I'm going to make a object X is selected already. So, we just need to kind of do the UVs again. That's pretty much it. But it's not going to be too much of an issue because we already know what to do. So, I'm going to select, let me select this edge instead. Okay, that edge is kind of selecting elsewhere, and we don't need that. So I'm going to go to a completely different edge. Let's select this edge instead. Okay, I think that edge should be the right one we need. Okay, that should be fine. We can just continue on also with it. Let's select the next piece. Select this edge instead. Let's see how far out that goes. Okay, select the corresponding edge. That should be fine. All right. Open up the transform, open up create, open up cuts, open up unfold and arrange. All right. Then we'll just do cuts. The next piece we need to worry about will be this piece in here. Let's see how we can get this to work. Let me select this edge. Okay. I'm not entirely sure if it goes around it, so let's confirm by doing wireframe in here. Let's see if that goes across. Yes, it went across quite well. So we're going to work with that. I'm going to do cut also. Then I'm going to turn off symmetry for now. Select the entire piece. Let's just do unfold, orient. Okay. I'll select these two. Let me select this first. Let's do rotate 90-degree here as well. A bit more this way. Select this opposite direction. This way and this way. Select everything. Okay, fantastic. That worked just fine. One thing we need to do to just to avoid issue later on is to come in here and then delete the UVs we have in there. So delete UVs, very important. Do a quick save because we don't have any. We're not supposed to have any UVs in here until we import them from Maya. So that's the general idea. We're not supposed to have any UVs in there until we get them imported from Maya. Let's go back to Maya. So we're done with this bit. Done with this. So far, we have everything working correctly, I believe. Right? Awesome. Okay. Carrying on. So I need to hide what I've just worked on. So I'll hide that. Let's go to the next piece. Isolate it. All right. Then let's do camera base. And do that. Do camera base again this way. Let's go into them individually and then make the necessary corrections needed. Necessary UV needed. So let's turn on object X. I'm going to start with this. Let's do something around the nature of this. To confirm if this goes around, it's not going around, so we need to complete it. Go around now, which is fine, precisely what we want. Then we'll do cut, right? Fine. Then let's move to the next piece. Let's do this instead. Let's go in here like so. That should go across. Let's find the continuation bit. Okay. Didn't go all the way though. Let me clear this out for now. I think I actually need to kind of see it as an individual piece. So it makes it a whole lot easier for me to unwrap this properly. Yes, something pretty much like so. Edge mode again around here. Okay, this goes across. That is fine. How far did it go? Did it go across the entire mesh? I think it went across the entire mesh, which is actually fantastic. So that should be fine. Goes around the entire mesh. I'll click cut. We're still working with symmetry turned down, which is fine. I think we need to select this and this now. Isolate them. Okay. Then we're going to go in, find our loop selection we need. I think that should be pretty much it. Go in here. I think we need something around here like so should be fine. Right. That should be fine. That actually went across the entire mesh. Okay. Click cut. I go out of isolation, turn this off, select it again, isolate. I think we have kind of created the necessary cuts we need. Select everything, let's do unfold. Right, orient, layout, and then properly arrange again and see if there's any issue we need to actually find there and actually fix that. Okay, so let's select this. Let's see how this is supposed to be laid out. I think it should be laid out. Let's do something like this should be fine. Similar shape. All right. This way as well. Select this. Orient this way. Okay, that way also. Just try and keep things as organized as it needs to be. Right. This I'm going to unfold again. Yes. Like so. Select unfold. Maybe select the entire thing again. Click unfold. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. This piece, let me figure out where this piece is. Okay. I think spread out that way should be fine. That's the inward part. The top part, this is it. Top part seem fine. Unfold this separately. I want to kind of compare to see which one works best. This one I spread out actually works best. So let's select all of this. Let's do. So I'm sure you guys get the idea already. So let's go across the entire thing. We're going to tackle the easier parts instead before tackling the more complicated piece. Okay, do a quick save. I'll hide this. So this lace hold, I think for this one, I believe we can just do. Oh, now I see some issues in here that we need to fix. some issues here we need to get fixed. So like this, for example, we need to push this in down some more. So it's just like it's a back and forth thing actually. Once you see one part not working correctly, we can fix that. But we don't necessarily need to fix that because this part is already covering it. So oh yes, that should be fine. We should be fine. Yeah, we're actually fine in here. Let's see. Let's see, there's something we can do. I think I would like to push this down some more. Turn on symmetry for it. Because I would like to do this before I do any UV unwrapping in there. Okay, I think that should be pretty much fine down there. Then also for this, the inward part needs to go down a little bit more. So from this angle, it's not going to be that obvious, but let's just see if we can get it to at least work. Make sure you're working with symmetry turned on. We see an issue that we need to fix in here. So it's one of the reasons why we actually needed to kind of check, get this in. So it's important we fix issues like so. Let me use the max lasso. So it's still very much a back and forth process. Blow this out, rotate. The back and forth process to get this to work correctly as you want it to. Okay. Move this back in. I think there should be fine. Do some smooth. Okay. I see in here now this I need to push down. You bury down some more. You can see it's just floating. It needs to bury down some more. Check this also on the other side. Okay. Because I won't do this symmetry turned on. Okay, so symmetry was not turned on for this. So we might need to repeat this. Or we can just do mirror weld. Let's do delete higher, then mirror weld. So that should pretty much fix it. Then we can turn on symmetry now. Make any necessary adjustments you need to make in there. And then most likely export it out again. Right? Let's go over to this. Clear the marks out. Right, I think we're in a good place. Yeah, this will work just fine. So we just need to export them out again. So let's go over and export. You shouldn't be too scared to kind of go back and then fix any issue you have in there because it's pretty much part of the process. Pretty much part of the process. I think I need to move this back down. Okay. Because it needs to be as perfect as we can get it to be. All right. Export this out again. Okay. Select this. Divide something quite high, go to lowest, export this out again. Fantastic. Let's do a quick save. Then we're just going to export them, bring them back into Maya again. So I'm going to select this. I will delete. Then let's get them back in again. So it should be the shoelace and then lace hold. So drag and drop this in here. Delete this weird naming in there. Select them, pull them back up here. No, pull them back around here. That should be fine. Do a quick save. Then let's carry on. So for this particular one, I think if we do, let's see if we do automatic UVs because we don't really need to do too much in there. Even though we need to kind of get good clean UVs in there, at the same time we don't need to do too much. Let's try. Let me do face mode, turn on symmetry for this. I just need to, let's use the max, the lasso to instead. Okay. Oh, face mode, supposed to be on face mode. All right. Why is it not selecting this? For some reason, it's not selecting it. Okay. Hold down shift. All right. Selected now on both sides, I believe. Yes. Then we can just do automatic UVs in there. The automatic UV is quite extreme. So we need to kind of do this manually instead. I think to make better sense to do this manually. But we'll come back to that. Let's kind of work on the much easier one. Let's try to see if we can get something in here. So let's do camera base. So it's not going to work because of this symmetry we have in there. So let's just do this again. That's what I mentioned earlier on that I might have issues when that is turned on. Okay. Now one of the major issue I feel I might have in here is kind of finding the proper edge loop across this. Find good proper edge loop across this, then should be good. Because the idea is to hide the seam. But we first need to kind of do a cut. So let's turn on symmetry again. Select this, rather select this. Then isolate it. Let's make that visible alone. Then edge mode, double click on this edge. Double click on this edge. Let's start by doing a cut in there. Right. Then I will select here. Let's see if we can find what we selected. Okay, sit in here. So if I double click on this, I want to see if we're going to get a good cut across this. Oh, perfect. This is so perfect. So this is precisely what I want. And I'm just going to do a cut in there. So this should work just fine for what we need it for. Then we need to go back and bring the other mesh back out. Select it again. All right. Now for this, I'll just do double click in here. Okay. Double click in here as well. And I'll just do a cut. Then we can turn this off, select the entire UVs, then we just do unfold. Let's give this a moment to kind of unfold. Okay, seem to be having some issues in here. Let's try and get that fixed. So ideally, I always like to kind of hide the seam line somewhere. So I'm going to do a few cuts just to hide some seam line here and there. So let's try to hide the seam line where it's not going to be that visible. Oh, I see some issues now. Some things are not kind of going across entirely. Not going across entirely. So I need to kind of separate them out. I need to do some separations in here. Okay. For one, let me do separation in here. Undo that. Okay. How do I I thought we had the perfect cut, but fortunately we did not have that much of a perfect cut. But that's fine. We just need to start adding some cuts across this. Okay. Here also. We can do one here as well. And since we're doing symmetrically, so that should be fine. Here as well. Here also. As far as this goes, this should be fine. So let's do a cut. Need to turn this off. Select these three as well. Move them up. Select everything down here. Do unfold again. Okay. Then we can select this now. Do unfold. We should be able to have something that actually works now, that we can actually work with in here. Select all of this. Let's do orient. I'll select these three this way. Then layout. Okay. I think we need to kind of fix this a bit more. I'll do a cut. Let's do one also in here as well. Cut. Select. Unfold. Okay. Orient. Rotate this way. Select the entire. Oh, I think we still need a bit more in here. We need to cut this. There's the cut. Select the UV shell. Unfold. Let's do orient. Right. Then select the entire thing. Let's do layout. Okay, let's check the UV checker pattern. Let's see. Feels like this one is missing somewhere. This bit is missing. There are no UVs on here. It's missing something. Same also as this. we need to still go back and then fix them. Isolate UV shell, select this shell, select this shell as well, select this also, because we can't find any UV checker pattern in there, so most definitely there are no UVs in there, or there are UVs in there, but it's kind of thinned out. So we need to kind of fix that. Let's solo them out. This is the portion we need to fix. So we're just going to go in, turn on symmetry, edge mode, select. We don't want something that goes across the entire thing. Okay, this one does not work well. Okay, this one actually goes across. This one goes across too. Let's do cut. Select the entire thing again. Do unfold. Let's do the. I still feel it's still missing. The entire thing is still missing. So select it. Turn this off. Turn this off. Let's go back to UV. I think did not unfold because we have symmetry turned on. Select it again. Let's do unfold now. Still can't find nothing in there. But we have UV cuts in there, but we can't see the mesh itself. It's completely not visible. Isn't that strange? So I'm going to do camera base. Move them out of the way. At least now we see something. Then try and get a cut in there. Symmetry. No, that is not working. Looking for something that kind of goes across the entire mesh. I think this does. Click cut. Okay. Then I'm going to add additional one cut in here as well. Just to separate it out. Come on. Undo that. Turn this off. Let's do cut. Right. Select this to do an unfold. Okay. I think we might need to stitch this up. Let's do stitch together. Select it, unfold again. Okay. Go all the way down. Nope. But the idea is kind of hide the seam line, so Trying as much as possible to hide this seam line. Fold. Right. I think we can work with that. Let's try and fix this as well. Together. Fold. It's kind of like a tricky process, but I think we make it work. I'm going to add a cut here just to get them separated out. Right, so I'm going to select all of this now. UV, select all of these orients and select this 90 degrees, select the entire outscene, then we can do layout. So I think this should work now. So if we go to the checker pattern is already turned on. Let's go out of isolate. Let's visualize the entire outscene. I believe we should be having a checker pattern across the entire outscene now. Yes, we do. Fantastic. So this will work just fine. Okay, so we can hide this now. Then the next lesson we'll move to something else. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Bye for now.